Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Sector Beast Morosa was stood in the endless chaos space. The godly power previously emanating from his body had dissipated. Instead, the godly power had been replaced by waves upon waves of wicked black air. The waves of black air surrounded Sector Beast Morosa. Sector Beast Morosa was the center. There were traces of black light flowing around the sector, forming traces of curves, rushing toward the miniature universe in front of him. From the Sector Beast, traces of light mixed with black light shot out. They curved, extending toward the entire miniature universe. Originally, the previous traces of light were all visible. However, when they extended more than 100 million light-years long, they all gradually blurred and even disappeared, as if they had integrated with the space around them. Sector Beast Morosa's body trembled, and it closed its eyes, looking satisfied. Traces of gleaming light were swiftly transmitted from 100 million light-years away along those curves and merged with the point of origin, Sector Beast Morosa. Ah, this is what the universe origin tastes like. So delicious. Sector Beast Morosa was thrilled. If Bay Di knew, it would rush here immediately. There are only a limited number of miniature universes, so it'll only take a short while to swallow them all. They'll definitely have time to go back to the nest. I'm so wise. I can't let them know about his. Otherwise, I'll have to share with them. Sector Beast Morosa was swallowing the miniature universe recklessly, and the colors of the light were more various than rainbows. They were all transmitted to the body of Sector Beast Morosa from 100 million light-years away. Swallow. 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 It kept swallowing the miniature universe. Morosa hated the fact that he was so weak. If he was able to swallow all the other sector beasts and become the last remaining king, it would be much faster than swallowing these miniature universes. Based on the information from the two slaves, this small universe belongs to Firefly True Master from the first universe era. He's only a mediocre true god in Universe Ocean, not one of the 8 supreme beings. Sector Beast Morosa understood that Firefly True Master would certainly realize that he was eating his universe origin. It would become weakened, and all the creatures in it would die. In the miniature universe, the Firefly clan wasn't as impressive as the Divine Eye clan or the Skeleton clan, as they only had one true god. Inside the miniature universe where Firefly True Master and his race lived, there were many dimensions, and the core dimension housed lots of undying fighters, universe knights, universe masters, and the only true god, the supreme being of the Firefly clan, Firefly True Master. Inside the core dimension was the glowing ancestral palace where Firefly True Master lived. Firefly True Master occupied an area deep in the ancestral palace. He was deep in sleep, and in his state of unconsciousness, he was able to comprehend the laws as quickly as possible. It was silent in the ancestral palace, as nobody dared to bother him. Finally, Firefly True Master, who was covered in grey, opened his eyes. His hundreds of hoofs stood up, and so did his entire body. On each section of his body was a piece of grey armor. What is? Firefly True Master's face was covered with wrinkles. The soul eye in the midst of his wrinkles glinted with anxiety. This was something it had never felt before. The origin of the miniature universe. Firefly True Master immediately realized what had happened. The origin of the miniature universe, the origin that sustained the entire miniature universe, the origin that contained the core and the most mysterious power was being steadily weakened, as if something were swallowing it. And it was being swallowed fast. However, the miniature universe was enormous. Although its origin was constantly being devoured, it was still able to last for 3 to 5 minutes. Yet it was being constantly swallowed, and at this speed, the origin would be sucked dry in the next 8 to 10 days. After that, his entire miniature universe would crumble. No. Definitely no. Firefly True Master was furious. Why is the origin of my miniature universe being consumed? Why? No true god has ever encountered something like this. Firefly True Master was suddenly dazed. He recalled that 1 trillion eras before, when the fourth land of Extremis, the world of Jinn, had just appeared, The original mind had told everyone about the terrifying being known as the sector beast through the three ancestral god. They had mentioned that sector beasts would destroy and devour everything. Is it a sector beast? Firefly True Master was shocked. A sector beast is eating my small universe. Firefly True Master was truly terrified. Although he had many techniques and no true gods could be considered mediocre, he was only an average true god. He didn't even have a machine type valuable. He had left after spending millions of eras in the world of Jinn. Of course, he had obtained 3 supreme true treasures. Nobody has seen sector beasts in Universe Ocean yet. Am I the first target? Firefly True Master was worried. He then decided to sense carefully. The membrane of the miniature universe permeated the strength of the universe origin, and that strength immediately sensed the existence of another type of energy. That way. Firefly True Master turned around his head, looking to a direction as if he could see the outside of the universe. Come in, all universe masters, Firefly Master yelled. His voice echoed in the ears of all universe masters from the Firefly race, and they all rushed toward the ancestral palace either by transportation or teleportation. After less than 10 seconds, all the universe masters had arrived, and they flew toward the palace. All the universe masters flew in. Ancestor. All 13 universe masters were respectful. They were the 13 universe masters who had entered the world of Jinn and had been through training in the world of Jinn. They had all left their original bodies or avatars in the small universe. At the start, all 13 universe masters had entered the world of Jinn, following most of the other powers in Universe Ocean, but by now, most of them had left. You must all know about sector beasts. Firefly True Master looked down. The universe masters from the Firefly race who were standing in the palace were all looking at each other. I don't have time to elaborate, but I suspect that the sector beasts have come out, and one of them is right outside the miniature universe of our race. It's devouring the origin of my miniature universe, said Firefly True Master anxiously. The news horrified all the universe masters. Firefly True Master gave a direct order. Control Dark, you have an energy body, and you're not afraid of soul attacks. Now, you send your body out of the miniature universe, and I'll escort you to the universe membrane. When you get there, you can just follow the direction I give you and teleport out. Inspect what is happening carefully. This concerns the fate of our race, so you must be careful. Okay, answered Control Dark Master, who stood down there. I am prepared to die trying. The other body of Control Dark Master, who was living elsewhere, was transported outside the universe membrane by Firefly True Master. That was where Firefly True Master sensed the strange energies coming from. Control Dark Master, who was dark with 2 purple antennae and covered with a shell, went out of the universe membrane, looking at the endless space outside. It then flew in a straight line along the direction specified by Firefly True Master. He teleported and inspected the area carefully. He teleported again and again, inspecting his surroundings again and again. Though there were many curves, the chaos space was massive and filled with chaos air, so it was impossible to see clearly over a long distance. I have a very strange feeling about this. Control Dark Master kept teleporting. He felt like he was being suffocated, as if he were entering another dark world. Little did he know that Sector Beast Morosa was performing its inherited techniques and swallowing the origin, and the area around the Sector Beast was terrifying and suppressive. That direction, the stronger it got, the more easily Control Dark Master could decide on the direction. Finally, Control Dark Master, who was tiny and dark, showed up in out of nowhere. He looked in front of him and was able to see the curves connecting, all pointing toward the same spot. Each curve was gleaming, and all the bright light entered a common point. That is, Control Dark Master saw the spot in the distance. It was a towering, golden creature in humanoid form. It had a tail, and it was looking toward Control Dark Master with its bloody eyes. Fragile but delicious food, the creature said as it spotted Control Dark Master. Control Dark Master immediately confirmed, Ancestor is sensing the whole thing correctly, it is indeed swallowing the origin. It must be a Sector Beast. Control Dark Master wasn't afraid at all, as he had already prepared to die when he had decided to come here. Even if he lost this body, The greatest loss he could suffer was some energy. Suddenly, a black curve of light arrived and covered Control Dark Master. A powerful swallowing force penetrated Control Dark Master. No. Control Dark Master immediately burned his godly power and performed the first level of godly power burning technique. However, it was completely swallowed after only a few seconds. "It's only a universe master, and it is too weak," said Sector Beast's Morosa. That so-called strongest great being in Universe Ocean, Milky Way Horde Leader, is also only a universe master. Even if he's 100 times or even 1,000 times stronger than this one, I can also kill him instantly. Perhaps the great beings in Universe Ocean are weaker than I thought. Sector Beast Morosa's eyes were gleaming with madness and greed. Inside the ancestral palace of the miniature universe. "Ancestor, it's indeed a Sector Beast at the end of your directions," said Control Dark Master. "The Sector Beast is enormous and has a tail. There are traces of light emanating from that Sector Beast, extending toward the space. I think the light is devouring the origin. My body was immediately swallowed by a trace of light, even though I burned my godly power to resist it." Firefly True Master was shocked. "A Sector Beast. It is here. We must tell all the races from Universe Ocean. I alone might not be able to resist it. Tell all the races in Universe Ocean that a Sector Beast showed up outside the miniature universe of Firefly Race." He commanded his followers to tell all the true gods they could. "Yes, Ancestor." The Universe Masters all began spreading the news. This time, they needed help. Primal Universe, within the borders of Ganwu Universe, Milky Way Holy Land. The present-day Milky Way Holy Land was known as one of the two major centers of the human race. One center was the Primal Secret Region. The other was Milky Way Holy Land. As the human race was now powerful enough, remote ocean was no longer required to stay within the Primal Secret Region. This was why Luo Feng had first shifted it into a god country before changing it again from a god country to Milky Way Holy Land. With the endless remote ocean, Milky Way Holy Land had 6 true gods and over 100 universe masters. It even had universe knights and countless undying fighters. It was where Luo Feng, the #1 master of Universe Ocean, resided. The entire Milky Way Holy Land had already been expanded, with various clusters of palaces in undulating waves all over. Amongst them, there was a vast piece of the starry land that belonged to Hong, and another vast piece belonged to Fire Dome. These two lands already occupied close to the entire Milky Way. Fire Dome. Luo Feng, garbed in his white robe, and walked along the corridor of the void space. Following close behind him was a youth with long, red hair. He might have seemed like a youth, but he was actually Fire Dome True God, the illustrious super talent whose teacher was Luo Feng, the #1 master of Universe Ocean. "Teacher," Fire Dome said, bowing with reverence. Luo Feng spoke as he walked. "I imparted to you the inheritance of the pulse of Jiefanzi and also the inheritances of various pulses of the world of Jin. You are, unquestionably, extremely gifted. Your secret technique has also attained an extremely high level of achievement. However, your willpower is apparently hindering your path to perfection. Right now, your willpower is only at the true God level. As a true God, this level of willpower is much too weak. You disciple understands." Again, Fire Dome bowed reverentially as he responded. Inwardly, Luo Feng lamented. Both he and Hong were from the pulse of Earth. As great beings from Earth, so long as they were outstanding figures, their willpower should have been more determined and powerful. But this second disciple of his was relatively weaker in this respect. When the next era is here, you will head for the world of Jin. I will make the necessary arrangements. Going there will allow you to hone your willpower. If your willpower can be increased to the void space level, I can start imparting willpower secret techniques to you." Luo Feng gave Fire Dome one brief glance. Immediately, Fire Dome became extremely excited and said, "I will definitely do my best and not disappoint you, teacher." He could not forget that back when he had first become a true god and went to the world of Jin to hone his skills, he had considered himself to be among the top tier of true gods. He was full of confidence. In light of this, Facing his teacher, named number 1 Master of Universe Ocean, he was eager for a chance to learn through sparring. Luo Feng saw through his thoughts with a mere glance and said, "You can try. Put in all you've got." So Fire Dome executed his secret technique of blazing his godly power and made use of his automaton-type treasure as he readied himself as thoroughly as he could. Yet all it took was one look from Luo Feng, one single look, and Fire Dome instantly felt as though the time and space around him vanished. What remained were only those incomparably terrorizing eyes that could drown out everything in a fleeting moment. Right away, Fire Dome lost consciousness and crashed to the ground. Every time he recalled his first time facing Teacher. Just one look from Teacher, and he had been knocked out right away. Fire Dome had always found the willpower secret technique from Teacher's set of knowledge overwhelming. Yet, at the same time, he yearned to learn more about it. The numerous disciples under Luo Feng all knew that their teacher had an extremely powerful willpower secret technique, yet up until now, none had been able to inherit it. According to Luo Feng, it is not me refusing to impart the technique to you. It is just that for all of you, your willpower simply does not reach the threshold for cultivating the technique. What a stinging remark. Heh! Luo Feng's expression suddenly changed. Teacher. Fire Dome was in doubt as he started to ask a question. Then he too showed a change in expression as he exclaimed in shock, "Sector Beast." "Sector Beast," Luo Feng said slowly. "Finally, it's here." Then Luo Feng looked up. Far in the distance, a figure appeared. It transformed into a streak of flowing light and sped toward Luo Feng. Very quickly, the figure descended. This black-haired man garbed in a black robe was none other than Hong. "You sensed it, too?" Luo Feng nodded. "Big Brother and Fire Dome, both of you have to come along with me. We will go look for Firefly True Master." Hong walked over, shaking his head while sighing. "Previously, I suffered a loss because of this Sector Beast. Who would have expected another Sector Beast to appear in such a short time? I'm afraid the reason is because Devil God and I went over to their territory. Thus, those Sector Beasts also thought about the idea of coming out. Only after you have truly fought against one will you understand how truly terrifying these Sector Beasts are. Luo Feng. This time, we really need to depend on you. Let's wait and see first. No one knows exactly how strong this Sector Beast is." Luo Feng instantly waved and hua. A 9-story tower appeared. "Let's go." Luo Feng was the first to walk towards the doors of Star Tower, with Hong and Fire Dome closely behind as all three entered. At that moment, another figure was approaching from the distance. It was Mosha Body, and it, too, followed the rest, entering Star Tower. Luo Feng was exercising extremely high vigilance. Even though he had many treasures with him, in terms of defense, Star Tower was still extremely powerful. His remote ocean body and Mosha Body had set off at the same time. And even if Mosha Body were to lose and perish in the war, remote ocean body could still take over the treasures left behind by Mosha Body after it was destroyed. Divine Eye. Amidst the chaotic airflow, Luo Feng and company were on board Star Tower, rushing their way to Firefly True Master. Luo Feng took out a transmission token. "What? You are unable to make your way there quickly? Milky Way, these Sector Beasts have appeared outside Firefly True Master's miniature universe. No one knows exactly how many have come to Universe Ocean. It might be quite a few. If we all set off for Firefly True Master's miniature universe at the same time, what if other Sector Beasts suddenly appear and charge into my miniature universe? I would not be able to rush back in time. This would spell big trouble. I have already sent 2 of my true gods, who are rushing over now. After all, even if we discover the presence of Sector Beasts, we need to alert all the groups of powers from Universe Ocean into leaping into action." Luo Feng understood his point of view. It was similar to why he left his golden horned beast body in the primal universe. He could disintegrate another body of himself anytime he wanted and bring it back to its original form when it was within the endless remote ocean. "Nine-headed, all right, all right. I am rushing over too," said Luo Feng, transmitting his instructions to another top-tiered great being. "Your miniature universe is also near Firefly Master's miniature universe. You make your way over first and keep the situation under control. I will rush over as fast as I can. Of the 8 great overlords of Universe Ocean, Luo Feng served covertly as the leader, and at that very moment, he was speedily trying to establish contact with every single one. This time, out of the 8 great overlords, 3 were rushing over. Other than those 3, there were many other true gods. For instance, from the human race itself, as many as 7 true gods were rushing over. Clearly, this was the first time a sector beast had made an appearance in the Universe Ocean, as the various powerful groups were exercising extreme caution and vigilance. The various true gods were all at different distances from Firefly True Master's miniature universe. Some were near, while others were very far away. Luo Feng, who had set off from the primal universe, would have been considered to be very far away. After all, among the 3 reincarnation eras, numerous true gods' miniature universes from the first reincarnation era were far from the primal universe. They were scattered far, and even within the first reincarnation era, distances between the various miniature universes differed. Some were closer to one another, some were equally distant from one another. Time continued passing by, and around the membrane wall of Firefly True Master's miniature universe, almost half of Firefly True Master's meandering body was out of the membrane wall as it gazed far into the distance. No. Loathsome. Firefly True Master was very anxious. It could clearly feel the origin of its miniature universe being continually eaten away. It was the most fundamental form of encroachment. It was almost impossible to recover. An immeasurably long period would be required just to recover to only a small degree. That was also why the willpower of the primal universe origin was so dreadful. What should I do? What should I do? Firefly True Master was filled with anxiety, but it did not dare leave without even a single automaton-type treasure, especially when Control Dark Master, who was under its command, had been swallowed the moment it encountered that sector beast. This further eroded Firefly True Master's confidence. Ancestor. By his side, there were several other universe masters from his Firefly clan. Ancestor, even if the various parties are rushing over, they are, after all, rushing from all corners of Universe Ocean. They will need time. The number 1 master of our Universe Ocean, Milky Way Horde Leader, will need to travel from the primal universe. Milky Way Horde Leader will not be able to make it in such a short time. The nearer they are to us, the faster they will be able to make it here. However, those nearer to us might not come. Some of the true gods are worried that they, too, might get attacked by the sector beast. These universe masters were all very anxious too. Ha ha ha. Amidst the void space, sector beast Morosa stood tall. Rays of distorted light penetrated the endless void space to swallow the origin of that faraway miniature universe. How gutless, said sector beast Morosa. The origin of his own miniature universe is being swallowed by me. How can that Firefly True Master possibly be unaware? In the very beginning, he had sent 1 universe master over to look into the matter. Yet since then, there hasn't been a single move made. Obviously, it was fearful of me, and thus, did not dare to deal with me. Haha. It seems I have overestimated Universe Ocean. I'm afraid the various races of Universe Ocean are pretty weak after all. Sector Beast Morosa was exhilarated. It had prepared well for a war, but it had not expected that, even after waiting for quite some time, Firefly True Master would make no move other than to send a Universe Master to probe around. After that, it had made no further moves. Firefly True Master was truly anxious. A piece of news was transmitted over. Firefly, I have arrived. One of the clawed hoofs of Firefly True Master grasped a transmission token, and the moment it received this news, it was instantly delighted. Blood Orchid, you are here? I have been so worried. Some of the other true gods are either scared or worried about their own universes and simply stayed away from here. There are others who are rushing over from very faraway places. Blood Orchid, my coordinates are. Firefly True Master was extremely agitated. I will be there immediately, came the reply. Firefly True Master was very excited as he looked around. Blood Orchid Ancestor will arrive soon. Blood Orchid Ancestor? With Blood Orchid Ancestor here, things will be much better. Blood Orchid Ancestor and my Firefly clan did share a relationship with one another, and when such something happens, she is the first to come and help. As for the other 3 miniature universes nearest to us, not a single one came. The universe masters all sighed while lamenting how true friends could be identified only at the most crucial moments. A short while later, a black, triangular tower teleported over and appeared in the vicinity. Then it flew over rapidly. Firefly True Master raced to receive it as it came to a halt and a towering figure walked out. She was surrounded by countless crimson flowers, looking very finely adorned. It was her blood orchid ancestor. Back when the world of Jinn had yet to emerge, 3 true gods had frequently stayed around the black-striped stone pillars. They were Beikai Star Master, Blood Orchid Ancestor, and Rampaging Devil God. When the world of Jinn had emerged, Blood Orchid Ancestor had made her way there, as expected. After spending a period of time honing her skills, she had become more powerful. In terms of power, she was not far below the 8 major overlords. If the 8 major overlords were said to be the top-notch team, she would have been regarded as second only to them. Her greatest advantage was her body. As a plant life form, Blood Orchid Ancestor had a massive body. At the moment, she took the form of a woman surrounded by flowers. However, that was only a transformation that she took on. It was not her original look. Previously, she had spent quite a long time at the black-striped stone pillars, so her willpower was extremely strong, too. Me. Blood Orchid Ancestor looked in the distance at the numerous universe masters of the Firefly clan, then turned toward Firefly True Master with a dubious look. It's just me alone. Firefly True Master wandered over and said a bit awkwardly, the other True Masters were quite far away, so they have yet to arrive. Milky Way Horde Leader, 9-headed Demon Master, and 9 Remoteness True Master are also in the process of rushing here now. They're all on their way. Blood Orchid Ancestor thought. Let's wait. We'll wait until they all arrive. Firefly True Master felt that the origin of his miniature universe was being swallowed. The situation would be grave after 5 days, but he was far from crumbling. Besides, even he wasn't brave enough to fight the Sector Beast, so he didn't want to ask Blood Orchid Ancestor to do that. Days passed. Even an era was like a blink of an eye to true gods, not to mention a day. They all thought that the miniature universes were very close to each other, yet now, Firefly True Master was resentful that the distance between miniature universes was too large. If only his miniature universe was close to the original universe. Firefly True Master couldn't have been more worried. The 4th day after the Sector Beast started to devour the origin of his miniature universe, there were already 4 true gods outside it. 2 of them were from the First Universe era while the other 2 were from the Second Universe era. Everyone, Firefly True Master said, looking around at Blood Orchid Ancestor, surrounded by red flowers, a true god from the skeleton race who was tall but made up of bones, and a blurry being made of water. These true gods were all looking at Firefly True Master. They did not act. Everyone, he said again, anxiously. That Sector Beast is eating the origin of my miniature universe really fast. Half of its origin is already gone. If we let it continue, even if my miniature universe can survive, I won't have any chance to transcend incarnations if my origin is destroyed. Firefly, do you really think we are enough to deal with that Sector Beast? If we could, the original mind wouldn't make such a scene and ask for help from the entire universe ocean. Let's wait, Firefly. Let's wait until 9-headed Devil Master arrives. He's one of the 8 great overlords, so we can just follow him. We alone can't be of much to help. They were indeed friends, but even Luo Feng had decided to let his Mosha body go and die when fighting Sector Beasts. Clearly, all the great beings in Universe Ocean were being careful. They didn't dare to underestimate the enemies. Firefly, you can go yourself. Be careful and stay in the Supreme True Treasure Palace. As long as you stay in there, you can at least survive. 3 great overlords were rushing there this time, Milky Way Horde Leader, 9 Remoteness True Master, and 9-headed Devil Master. Milky Way Horde Leader and 9 Remoteness True Master were from the original universe era, so it would take them a long time to arrive. Comparatively, 9-headed Devil Master was much closer. The 8th day after the Sector Beast started to devour the miniature universe origin. Should I go or not? Wondered Firefly True Master. He felt like he was losing his mind. He feared that his universe origin couldn't last long. However, if he went to fight the Sector Beast alone, he might be killed instantly. Including Firefly True Master, there were already 8 true gods. It's been such a long time. Our ancestor might not be able to hold it anymore. All the other universe masters from the Firefly race standing aside were worried. However, when it came to fighting Sector Beasts, they, as universe masters, couldn't do anything to help. After all, with burning godly power techniques and machine-type valuables and so on, the power gap between universe masters and true gods was vast. Even 100 universe masters couldn't rival one true god. How many universe masters were there in Universe Ocean? If there were more than 100, they might have been able to help, but there were only a limited number. Which meant that when it came to fighting Sector Beasts, universe masters weren't able to help whatsoever. The weapons of choice were true gods. Of course, Luo Feng was an exception. Luo Feng had the inheritance from Duandong River, and he also had the inheritance from the world of Jin. The godly king of Jin had died, and with Luo Feng's authority in the world of Jin, he could read all the inheritance he wanted. He alone had 2 supreme inheritances, which would have made many great beings jealous even within the ancient civilization. A gleaming golden spaceship appeared out of nowhere and flew toward the miniature universe like a streak of light. After seeing that golden spaceship, all the true gods, including Firefly True Master, were exhilarated. It's 9-headed Devil Master. It's 9-headed Devil Master. It's the spaceship of 9-headed Devil Master. All the true gods were overjoyed, and Firefly True Master was elated. He swung his body and flew toward 9-headed Devil Master, yelling in excitement, "9-headed Devil Master, I've been waiting for you." A towering being exited the spaceship. He had the body shape of a human being, and he was tall and built. However, on his neck were 9 distinct heads, and each one looked ferocious. The head in the middle was larger than the other 8 heads. All of them glanced toward the 8 true gods. He was 9-headed Devil Master. The natural appearance of 9-headed Devil Master was actually that of a strange beast with 4 hoofs and 9 heads. However, after entering the world of Jin, he had found out that the creatures in the world of Jin were divided into tribal warriors and strange beasts. Since there were tribal warriors from the world of Jin who had 9 heads, 9-headed Devil Master had altered his form into a humanoid shape. 9-headed Devil Master, everyone greeted. I've talked to both Milky Way Horde Leader and 9 Remoteness True Mater. 9-headed Devil Master stepped through space with large steps. He was rumbling, and all the other great beings shut up to carefully listen to him speak. He looked around. They're heading here from the original universe. Firefly True Master is from the first universe era, so his miniature universe is too far away. It might take him several days to arrive. Devil Master, said Firefly True Master anxiously, by the time Milky Way Horde Leader and 9 Remoteness True Master get here, my miniature universe may have already crumbled, and even if it hasn't, the origin might be dried out already. You've already told me that, Firefly True Master, said 9-headed Devil Master solemnly. This Sector Beast is indeed able to swallow the origin of a miniature universe quickly. It's been only 8 days. If your miniature universe was any farther away, even I might not have been able to make it. All the other universe masters present nodded seriously. The first true master also said that the Sector Beast is indeed dangerous, and the worst-case scenario, there might be more than one at a time. It was a true god from Divine Eye race with a single-eyed phantom who was talking. There were 2 true gods from Divine Eye clan there at the moment. That's right, I've talked to Divine Eye as well. 9-headed Devil Master nodded. Devil Master. If we wait any longer, Firefly True Master was exceedingly worried, and the universe masters behind him were also gazing expectantly at 9-headed Devil Master. They didn't have a say in any of this. 9-headed Devil Master nodded. Relax. Milky Way and 9 Remoteness can't make it in time, but we can't wait any longer. We need to strike now. Theoretically, there's still a long time before this universe era ends, so this Sector Beast shouldn't be very powerful. If we cooperate, we can deal with it. And even if we can't, we can at least survive that Sector Beast. Everyone agreed. Yes. 9-headed Devil Master was one of the 8 great overlords. Even Illusion Heart True God and Divine Eye True Master could survive the nest of sector beasts, not to mention Nine-Headed Devil Master. I'll fight the sector beast first, said Nine-Headed Devil Master. I'll fight it so that it isn't able to swallow the origin of the miniature universe. In that way, I can stall time. When Nine Remoteness and Milky Way get here, we can kill it with one shot. Yes. Sounds great. We just need to stall time, and when Nine Remoteness True Master and Milky Way Horde Leader get here, we'll definitely win. The assembled true gods weren't afraid at all now. Nine-Headed Devil Master nodded. Okay. Let's act together. However, Firefly True Master, you'll be the vanguard. Vanguard? Firefly True Master, whose face was covered with wrinkles, appeared dazed. This is your miniature universe. Do you expect other great beings to attack first? Nine-Headed Devil Master turned around and looked at him. If you don't want to do it, we can just wait here and let your miniature universe be eaten by that sector beast. We can wait until Milky Way and Nine Remoteness get here. It's safest to make attacks together. Firefly True Master said instantly, I'll be the vanguard. Okay, let's go. Nine-Headed Devil Master said directly. Everyone was taking a supreme true treasure palace, and only those from the same race, like the two true gods from Divine Eye clan, shared a supreme true treasure palace. As for those who were from different races, they all sat in their own palaces. With Nine-Headed Devil Master in the lead, they all teleported together. The sector beast with a golden body and a tail was extending curves from its own body toward space, swallowing the universe origin. Sector Beast Morosa was quite relaxed. Suddenly, Sector Beast Morosa was startled. The area covered by its inherited technique could sense that a team was charging toward him, and the team was composed of 9 great beings. Finally, Sector Beast Morosa's eyes glinted ferociously. I thought they were weak, but it seems they're as powerful as my 2 slaves. Just come. I haven't eaten any lives from Universe Ocean. Suddenly, all the supreme true treasure palaces showed up, and the space condensed. Apparently, the space was sealed. Nobody could teleport to flee. This video will end here.